doing today? I was just sitting here doing a bunch of videos. Sorry, that's my phone. I was sitting here doing a bunch of videos for my beauty channel. If you're not following or you're not subscribed, go to the link in the description box below. Make sure you subscribe to my beauty channel, and to see how I got this look, make sure you go over there and check out the video. I'm not sure if it'll be posted by the time I post this video, but it should be up. But anyways, I decided to come and sort of give a background to this whole conception journey thing I got going on. So as you guys know, me and Jay are trying to conceive. So I've had like a slew of different appointments lately, but I just wanted to give you guys a background of how everything started and whatnot. So let's go way back. Let's go way back to 2011, okay? Okay, so me and Jay got married December 2nd, 2011. So at the time we got married, I was on birth control because we had just got married and I didn't want to have no babies yet, just want to get, comfortable into our marriage or whatnot. So I'm on birth control, la-di-da-di-dee. So, of course, we feeling the new marriage, new couple thing. So, a little TMI, but hey, it is what it is. We all grown, right? But yeah, me and Jay were getting it in like jackrabbits, like every day, 5 times a day, just getting it in. But keep in mind, I'm on birth control, so I'm good. So it was around June 2012. We had been married about 6 months. June 2012, because I was on the birth control pill. So I decided, well, let me switch over to the shot because it seemed more convenient. I only had to do it once every 3 months, and I didn't have to keep remembering to take a pill every day. So I got off the pill and switched to the shot. So, which is the Depo-Provera shot, if you're not aware. So I got my doctor to switch me over to that. So she told me some things that may happen, and with me being in the pharmacy, sorry, my hair is all But anyways, with me being in the pharmacy, I knew most of the side effects, migraines, cramping. I may have spotting in between, just get my body adjusted to it. So I was aware. So I switched over from the pill to the Depo shot. So this was June 2012. So, I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh, I got this shot, ain't got to worry about nothing, okay? So in about a week or so after I got the shot, I was noticing I was having a lot of migraine headaches. A lot of migraine headaches. And I'm like, okay, I know this is a side effect of the medication, but I'm just going to ride it out. Just ride it out. So I was having a lot of bad migraine headaches. I'm like, ugh. And it had got to the point where, like, I started getting dizzy and lightheaded a lot. And I'm like, this is weird, but chalking it up to the birth control. So I would say around the end of July 2012, I noticed I was having like really bad cramps. And I'm like, why am I cramping so bad? But chalked it up to side effects of the birth control. So that was end of July. So within the next couple of weeks, I noticed those cramps start getting more and more intense. Like, I'm like, why is it cramping? Why am I cramping so bad? So I remember vividly one day I was in the kitchen, I was cooking, and then I had a really sharp cramp. Like, I have never felt something that sharp and painful before. It brought me to my knees, and I'm like, what is going on? Something is wrong. Why am I having these weird feelings? So maybe about a couple of days after, those sharp pains started, I noticed I started spotting. I'm like, okay, maybe it's the side effect of the of the depot shot. I'm like, ooh, excuse me, dropping my phone. Side effect of the depot shot, why, I don't know, it's making me cramp for some reason. So, making me cramp and I'm starting to spot. So, I noticed progressively over the next few days, the spotting became heavier and heavier, and it's, you know, started like a regular flow. And I'm like, well, it's not really due for me to have my cycle yet because I just got the shot in June, so I wasn't really due to have my cycle until like September because it's supposed to last 3 months. So I was like, well, maybe I'm just having breakthrough bleeding, which is a side effect of the depot shot. So, you know, of course I start, you know, wearing a pad because I was having a heavier flow. I remember it was approximately a week before my birthday. It was August 2nd, 2012. This is about to be a little TMI, but this is what happened. So, you know, I'm at, because at the time my husband was a teacher, so I'm at one of his events. I think they had like some type of concert or something type of event. And I remember sitting there and like I just felt this big gush, like this gush, you know, down there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like, why is it flowing out so heavy at once? I just felt like this huge gush. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. So by that time, I didn't, like at the time, I didn't go to the restroom to like change it out. It was like really close to the end of the event. And we were, you know, about to go home. So we head home. I get home and go to the restroom to, you know, change out my pad. And I, you know, sit down in the toilet and I look down, and laying there in my pad is a placenta. And like I sat there and I just looked for like a good 10 minutes. I was just dumbfounded. I was confused. I was shocked. I'm like, where, what happened, what? So those previous symptoms and stuff I was having, which I was thinking were side effects of the birth control, were actually pregnancy symptoms, and the cramps I was experiencing was me having a miscarriage. So I just sat there and it took me a while to process what had happened and what was happening to me. And it's like, wow, like I was just confused. I was like, how did this happen? I was on birth control. What happened? So I'm chalking it up to the fact that from the time I stopped the pill to the time I started the depot shot, somewhere in there, I got pregnant and didn't know. So those pregnancy symptoms I was having were the exact same side effects of the depot shot. So I'm like, wow. I was just shocked. And the first thing that came to my mind was text my friend. I text my friend Anna, who is a nurse, and I told her what happened, and she told me to describe what I was seeing, because by that time I had already kind of discarded it, you know, discarded the placenta. I was like, I don't want to see it anymore. So I just told her what happened, and I was describing what I was seeing, and she was like, yeah, girl, that's a placenta. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just had a miscarriage. And at the time I felt guilty, because I felt like I should have known that I was pregnant, and I should have, you know, looked into those different symptoms I was having, or going to the doctor, saying something, mentioning something. But yeah, I didn't. So I felt bad and guilty for a long time. Other than telling my friend Anna, I kept it to myself for a long time. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell my husband what happened. I didn't tell him until months later, and I didn't tell the rest of my family until like over a year later. So, because I was just devastated. And from that point on, I stopped birth control altogether. I'm like, because I felt like what happened was my fault. So I stopped birth control altogether, and since 2012 I haven't been on birth control. So for the past 4 years I have not been on birth control. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it happen, and if it happens, it happens. So throughout the course of the years, like, me and Jay kind of flipped back and forth between when we wanted kids, when we, like, I don't know, because at first, like, after the whole miscarriage thing happened, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna stop taking birth control, I want to get pregnant now. And at the time, Jay was like, you know, I'm not ready. And then we could, like, throughout the past few years, we flipped back and forth. When he was ready, I wasn't, and when I was ready, he wasn't. So I think we kind of came to a general consensus with, like, in like 2014 that we wanted to, you know, try. So I guess that has started our journey. Like, we have been actively, so I guess what you can say, we've been actively trying since 2014. It's just now here, 2016, we're like, okay, I haven't been on birth control in all these years and nothing's happened. So that's what has gotten us to this point now, where we're actually going through with, like, fertility treatments and seeing specialists, getting everything checked to see how, you know, everything is panning out. So, because since that one incident, I've not gotten pregnant again. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. So yeah, that's the background of this whole conception journey. I'm sorry, I'm feeling myself right now. But yeah, that's kind of the whole background of the conception journey, what prompted it, because I guess you can say the miscarriage in 2012 kind of prompted, you know, this whole thing. It's just now that we're here and we've been trying for so long that we're actually, you know, making an initiative to just see specialists and to see what we can get kick-started so we can have our first bundle of joy. So yeah, I hope that kind of gives you guys a better understanding or whatnot. So hopefully something happens soon. So keep watching and stay tuned and pray for us, guys. Pray for us. Pray for future baby Watson. So I will see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed this story time / explanation of how this whole conception thing came along just for you guys out of the blue. So I will see you guys next time, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and week, and I will see you guys later.